Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Video Update. Well, I have heard lots about this new TV show that they have created called Star Trek Academy. No, Star Trek Academy will fail. Yeah, it will fail big time. Because, because I heard lots about it. People uploaded reviews, videos on YouTube or other places, and they talk about it, and I don't like it. There's something with Academy, Star Trek Academy, that doesn't feel the spark. Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, and the original TV show from the 60s. Yeah, those TV shows have the spark. But Academy and Discovery doesn't have the spark. So this guy, Alex Kurtzman or something, yeah, and also the new people that create Star Trek these days don't know how to create a Star Trek TV show or a Star Trek movie. No. But Picard, Star Trek Picard, yeah, that's a great show. And Star Trek Prodigy is also a great show, but ended with two seasons. Yeah. I want that Prodigy. I want the show to continue with the season number 3 and 4 and 5, and you know, and Picard ended with 3 seasons with a cliffhanger at the end. So now they talk about, oh, let's create a movie about Star Trek. Yeah, let's create a new Star Trek movie, and let's create a new TV show. And also later on, couple of days or couple of weeks later, you hear on YouTube or other platforms, oh, that movie is cancelled, or that TV show is cancelled. Yeah. Well, for a while ago, they talk about that they're gonna create Star Trek Legacy. Yeah, that continues from Picard. Yeah, but that was cancelled. Yeah, and they say lots of time. We doesn't have the money. No, we doesn't have the money to create that TV show or movie. But they do. Yeah, they have money, lots of money, and you know why? Because they created other TV shows like Star Trek, as Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek that they're going to create now, Academy that's going to air in January 2026, with Robert Picardo, the Doctor from Star Trek Voyager. He's in it as the Doctor, and I have seen a little clip. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, they shown a little clip, couple of minutes. Well, it seems like that clip was fine. Yeah. The Federation against the bad guy. They had a bad guy there. Um, but that was a little clip. But it depends when I'm gonna see the whole shebang. Yeah. Well, Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, Star Trek Discovery. Well, season 1 and 2 and 3 was good. But there were some good episodes in the 3, 4 seasons. but not all of them. Not all of them, but some here and some there. And the bad news is the Klingons in Star Trek Discovery. They look like frogs, rabbit, and you didn't in a Star Trek Discovery. Well, you didn't see the Romulans, or you didn't see the Borg. You didn't see um, the Cardassians or other aliens that you have seen in other Star Trek. No. So after 4 seasons, I decided to quit watching Discovery. Yeah, and it went 10,000 light years or something into the future and ruined the timeline. So that wasn't interested. So that's why I quit watching, because that ruined the timeline. Because Star Trek, yes, Star Trek Discovery, yeah, was supposed to be 10 years before Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, Scotty, and McCoy, and Uhura, Chekhov, and Sulu. But but the end of season 3, I think, the third season, they went boom into the future, and they passed the original TV show that aired in the 60s. They passed the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. Yeah. So afterwards, a little bit later on, they created a movie called Section 31. And that movie I heard lots about. But the different things about someone likes the movie and someone didn't like it. Well, I haven't watched the movie Section 31 yet, but but maybe I'm gonna watch it sometimes later, sometimes. But back to Star Trek Academy. Well, the people say that, oh, we don't have the money, we don't have the things to create that movie, so we have to cancel that, and we have to cancel that TV show. Yeah, but you do have money, don't you? The producers, directors, the writers of every Star Trek show that is released. Yeah, you do have the money. So stop lying to us. Yeah. You know why? I have been a fan of Star Trek since the 80s. Yeah. When I watched the original TV show on a German channel that we got back in the 80s. Yeah. And from that time I become a Star Trek fan. Yeah. So stop lying to us, because you have the money to create Star Trek Legacy. Yeah. You got money to create the continuation of Star Trek Prodigy. Yeah. And well, also you have the money to create Star Trek Deep Space Nine or Voyager. Yeah. Movies. Let Star Trek uh, Voyager and Deep Space Nine, and Star Trek Enterprise with Captain Archer and his crew also. Yeah, let them shine on the big screen. Yeah, because you have the money. So stop lying to us, because we fans, Star Trek fans, we know the truth. And the truth is, you, producers, directors, writers, and every people that create Star Trek these days have money. So stop lying. Because, well, because if you don't, yeah, if you didn't have any money, you wouldn't create Star Trek Academy, Star Trek Section 1, and well, these reboots, remakes of Star Trek movies. No, you wouldn't. Because then you didn't have the money. But the truth is, you do have money. Yeah. And also back to Star Trek Academy. Well, at the poster, yeah, you know the poster that they drop. Look like Beverly Hills 90210. Yeah. Well, because I have seen, um, a picture of Beverly Hills 90210 that looks like the picture they use in the Academy. Yeah. It's almost the same as the Academy. Hmm. So the fans don't want Star Trek Academy. So Star Trek Academy will go straight flush into the toilet. Yeah, where it belongs. So that's where Star Trek Academy will go. And also Star Trek Discovery, flush straight in the toilet. Yeah. So don't don't create Star Trek Academy. Don't create that show. No. Well, the fans don't like it. I have seen videos online, and the fans out there, they hated it and they don't like it. No. But maybe they want Star Trek Voyager, a movie of Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and Enterprise. Maybe they want a movie about those shows. Yeah, because we have lots of movies. Yeah, we have lots of movies about James T. Kirk and his crew. Yeah, we got 6 movies plus the 3 that was in 2000. That's 9. And also the Generation movie we got in the 90s. That's 10. 10 movies. Yeah, 10 movies with Captain James T. Kirk. Yeah. And Picard, yeah, we got Generation, we got The First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. 4 movies. Yeah. So it's time. Yeah, it's time to put James T. Kirk to rest. Yeah, 10 movies, that's enough. And Star Trek Academy, no, don't even go there. Because, Star Trek Academy will fail. Yeah. Well, the fans they want to watch the show. Maybe a couple of episodes, 1 or 2 episodes, and then boom, they upload a video on YouTube or other platforms, and they tell the bad news. Yeah. Well, look what happened to Power Rangers Ninja kids. Yeah, they created Power Rangers. Yeah. You saw what happened to that? It wasn't good. Well, I am a huge Star Trek fan, and I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. Yeah, and Power Rangers 2017. No, that wasn't good either. No. Um. So Star Trek Academy, don't don't go there. That will fail. And when it fails, how much money have you spent on that project? Yeah, let's say 60, 70, 80, 90 million, or maybe 3 or 4, 500 million. Yeah. And how much money of those you spent, you're gonna lose? And the answer is that you're gonna lose everything. Yeah. Every dime you have spent on that project. Because Star Trek Academy will not have a second season. No. It only wants one season. Because after that season, it doesn't. The people out there don't want a second season of that show. No. And well, looks what happened to Disney Plus. They had She-Hulk. Yeah, She-Hulk. Yeah. Well, I watched 1 or 2 episodes of that show. Yeah, I don't like it. No, I didn't like it at all. So I prefer the cartoon. Yeah, the animated cartoon TV show with She-Hulk. That that is much funny and awesome and exciting than the live action TV show. And if you want to make a Star Trek movie or a Star Trek TV show, you have to give the fans what they want, and also do a little investigation. Yeah, investigate how and what Star Trek is, because on the poster of the Star Trek Academy, well, it looks like Beverly Hills 90210. So people when they watch the first episode of Star Trek Academy, they wonder, oh, is this a reboot remake of that 90 classic TV show Beverly Hills 90210? Yeah. So don't create that show. No. Take it down. Take Star Trek Academy down. Yeah, take it down. Don't show it on Paramount or Apple TV or Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO, and other streaming. No, don't show it. No, take it down. Put it in the toilet where it belongs. Yeah, because that TV show is not going to get a second season. Or maybe it's not gonna get more episodes. Maybe 2 episodes, and that's it, because the fans, they don't want to watch it, and when they don't want to watch it, the creators, the writers, producers, directors, they think, oh, why don't the fans want to watch it? Because it's a reboot remake of the classic 90 TV show Beverly Hills 90210. Yeah, get that through your brain. That's why. It's a bad copy. Yeah. I am a fan. Yeah, I am a huge fan of Beverly Hills 90210. the classic from the 90s. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that TV show. Yeah, I got the box set with all the 10 seasons. Yeah, I love that show. But, Star Trek Academy, it will be a bad, bad copy of that show. Yeah, but it is set in the future. The live action movie they released, Gem, yeah, Gem and a Hologram, live action movie. Yeah, everyone, yeah, everyone out there that's a fan of Gem and the Holograms, they were excited. Oh, no, live action of Gem and the Hologram. Yeah. Well, it was a bad copy of Hannah Montana. Yeah. Well, I love Hannah Montana. I love that TV show. Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of that TV show. But when I saw the trailer of Gem and the Holograms and also the movie, yeah, the movie Gem and Hologram live action was on TV for a couple of years ago. I saw the movie, yeah, and I didn't like it. It wasn't Gem and the Holograms. No, it was a bad parody of Hannah Montana. Yeah, it didn't feel the spark. No. So back to Star Trek Academy. Well, Star Trek Academy is and will be a failure. Yeah, Yeah, well, I have seen a little clip on YouTube. There's a female captain on a ship with young children, teenagers on board, and they come up face to face with a bad guy. Yeah, that's on another ship. Well, that scene was good. Yeah, but it depends how the rest of that episode and the TV show will go. So maybe it will get a full season with maybe 12 or 13 episodes, or maybe it will be 2 episodes in that show. Yeah, 2 episodes, and after that, boom, cancelled. Maybe it's gonna get 1 episode. Yeah, but yeah, I think it will end on one season, maybe 12 or 13 episodes. Yeah, and it ends with a cliffhanger. And season two, season three, four, five, six, and will be cancelled. And everyone watched that last episode to be continued. And everyone say, "Oh, uh, the continuation will happen in season two." But the bad news, there isn't gonna be season two. So, I am gonna try to watch maybe 1 episode if I can, if I have the chance. But I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. Because when I watch Star Trek, I feel the spark. Like I do when I watch the original TV show, the Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. I feel the spark. But when I watched Discovery, no, I didn't feel the spark. So take that Star Trek Academy down. Take it down. you know that it will fail. And if you have money, if you, say if you're going to create more Star Trek shows into the future, then the answer is that you have money. Yeah. All the producers, directors, and writers of Star Trek, they have lots of money. But they lie to fans and say, oh, we don't have any money left. So that movie and that TV show will be cancelled. Yeah. Also the TV show, the TV show that you're gonna create is Star Trek Legacy and Star Trek Prodigy. Those two TV shows needs, yeah, season 3 in Star Trek Prodigy and, couple of seasons of Star Trek Legacy. But no, we don't want those shows. Oh, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. No, we don't want to put them to rest. No, we're gonna open up. We're gonna open the door with new Star Trek TV shows. Yeah, and the fans, they're gonna be excited. To tell you the truth, I love Star Trek, the original show, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise, and Picard, and Prodigy. Yeah, those shows I like. Those shows I love. But here's the shows that I hate. Discovery. Bum 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 bum. Straight in the toilet. And Academy. Bum 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 bum. Flush. Straight in the toilet. Yeah. So don't create any Star Trek show if you don't know how to create a Star Trek show. Because the guy Gene Roddenberry, Gene Roddenberry that creates Star Trek. Yeah, he created Star Trek in the 60s and the 80s. Yeah, and he passed away in the beginning of the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. So rest in peace to you, Gene Roddenberry. Yeah. So if he was alive, he would be mad, angry, at those people that create Star Trek these days. Yeah, he would be angry. He would be mad because you don't do it right. No, you all doing it wrong. Yeah. And you know why? Because you can't create Star Trek because you don't know how to create a Star Trek TV show or a movie. No. Yeah. See what they are going to do with Academy. Yeah. Uploaded a poster and it looks like Beverly Hills 90210. Yeah. Yeah. so so Gene Roddenberry would be mad, angry. Yeah. And maybe sue. Yeah. He maybe sue you. Sue all the money you got. Because you destroyed Star Trek with these, you know, boring TV shows like Discovery and now Star Trek Academy. Yeah. So take it down. Don't show it on any platform or any streaming. Take that show down. That Academy, Star Trek Academy. Take it down. And that's an order from above. You know? Well, God. Yeah, God. He is a big Star Trek fan, and he been a Star Trek fan for years. Yeah, and he didn't like Discovery, and he also didn't like when you create Star Trek Academy. So, from God upstairs in heaven, yeah, take that Star Trek Academy down now if you know what's good for you.